Can you look at the screen there and see how is there a lot of glare on my glasses?
Actually, none.
Good. That was what I was hoping for with
Yeah,
the
highlighting.
angle.
Yay!
Yay!
We
know what we're doing.
We know things. Wait, hold on. I haven't done this in a while.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Miller, and this is Anthony Dalton, and this is our new show, which currently does not have a name. For those of you who remember, we used to do a show called GOVtown Live, which was a live show, and now we're doing this new YouTube-y thing, which will be a little bit easier on everybody, I think.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't remember or have never seen them, Tony and I have worked on numerous interwebby-net projects, such as these. Still.
Just everything we do. Why are we doing? Why do we?
Shh. Just go with it. Just go with it. Just go with it.
Bring it back.
But we're going to be doing some new stuff. We're going to do this on a weekly basis in my basement. It's like we're back to the basement, Tony.
Yeah.
This is where GOVtown
Back to
Live...
basics.
Back to basement.
Basics.
That's where GOVtown Live was originally birthed, where the idea came to mind and eventually spewed from my mouth.
The term birthed and spewed should never be used in the same statement.
You're probably right about that.
But this is where it all began, and this is where it will continue.
And this is where it's going to end. So let me look at my notes here.
Yeah, we actually took notes for this show that I'm sure that we'll never actually follow, but we're going to make an attempt.
Right. I was going to talk a little bit about Tony, and then I was thinking he'd talk a little bit about me.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
We could do that.
As an idea.
Sure.
That way we're not being super arrogant about our individual skills.
No,
but,
we're just patting each other's back in the basement.
Right. So Anthony here is I wrote down a master graphic designer.
A master?
Oh, no, excuse me. A master editor.
Okay.
Master video editor and a graphic designer, as well as a producer of many funny and hilarious videos. And now you do me.
Would you write for me? No. Sean is an incredible producer. He's the man of all the equipment. In fact, all the stuff that you can't see out of this frame here. This is all his, including his basement too.
It's my basement. I'm the master of this basement. That's for sure.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna pick my nose a little bit.
That's great. And he's just a master of just AV technologies in general. Whenever I have a question that I can't answer, he's the next thing that I ask besides Google.
Right. I'm the next best thing to Google when it comes to technology.
That is a good catchphrase. I like that.
Should I make a t-shirt?
That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt right
I'm the next best thing to Google, but only related to audiovisual stuff.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the whole production aspect of a show, it's like generally... I handle a lot of the technical stuff, although Tony is well versed in the technical stuff as well. But Tony does a lot of the post-production stuff. So that little video clip that's shot in and the lower thirds that are going to come in right now, because my name is Sean Miller. And,
my name is Tony Dalton.
Those things were done by Tony.
It's in there somewhere.
So I think we are a tour de force of... what does that mean exactly? I don't even know what that means. That's like tour de force. Is that what are they saying?
Yes, it's French, but I'm pretty sure it just means like a tour of force.
Right. Why don't people just say that? That's really stupid. I'm not French. I did say, and with our forces combined, we are Captain Planet.
No, we are not.
I wrote that because...
First of all, it's with our powers combined.
Right.
So...
Tony's also an expert in older cartoons.
Not all.
And likes to point out semantic arguments, I guess.
Yes. That's I'm a master of semantics. There you go.
So, I don't know. Anything else to say about me? I think this time around on this show, we're going to be brutally honest about how we feel about each other.
Yeah. Whereas in the past, we kind of just danced around the issue, I think.
Right, right. Like, I would pretend that I didn't like Tony and stuff like that, but that's absolutely not true. He's a phenomenal asset to the GOVtown family, and, you know...
Thingies and stuff.
Thingies and stuff.
It always comes back to thingies and stuff.
Right. So, what else we got in this little note here? Oh, right. So, as you know, we do not have a name for this show. We were calling the old show GOVtown Live, which was just sort of a de facto name because my company was the GOVtown company, and we did a show live, and so we were like, I don't know, we'll just call it GOVtown Live since it's videos produced by the GOVtown company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't really work here, so we could call this GOVtown Not Live.
Doesn't have a ring to it.
Right. I don't know. So we're actually looking to you, the viewer, to help us out coming up with a cool name for this new show. Do we want to make any suggestions? I was going to say, if we air this every Wednesday, that is trash day in my neighborhood. So when it hits YouTube, if we can get it always on YouTube on Wednesdays, then maybe we could call the show Trash Day. I don't know, where we take out the trash, metaphorically speaking.
Whatever you want to come up with.
Yeah, come up with an idea. Post it down in the comments.
Yeah.
We're also going to do things. Remember from if you were a fan of GOVtown Live, we had a lot of video submissions from various people. One of our producers, Stephanie, who is also going to be greatly involved in this show, she would make videos, and but instead of them being showcased live on the show, we're going to reference them in links on the YouTube channel.
Somewhere.
And you'll go to their channel, their YouTube channel, and watch their video on their site. So we're also going to create once we get the name, we're going to create a new Facebook fan page. So if you were already a fan of the GOVtown Live show and you liked that, then you can go ahead and like this new one as soon as we get that name. So we're looking for you to write down in the comments here on this YouTube video the different ideas for show names that you might have. It could be related to things we've talked about already in this first episode. It could be related to none of that. It could be completely random. It could be anything you want.
Yeah, really.
And we will consider all the ideas. In fact, I think on the next episode we will talk about all the names that people suggested, and we will announce the one we picked, which will be next Wednesday. So the plan is to do a show every week on Wednesday. So that's one other additional tidbit is that we did the live show. There was so much work that had to go into producing a live show that we could only do it bi-weekly. And so I'm hoping we can do this weekly and maybe eventually twice a week. And I don't know. Some people do this type of thing every single day. That'd be really cool if we could find the way to do that. But for the time being, we're going to start with one show a week. So this was the episode about the show and what we're doing. So
from here, who knows what we're going to be talking about.
I make puppets. I don't know if you know that, but I make puppets. My puppet may appear on this show.
I apparently fight bananas.
Tony fights bananas. We will have links to additional banana fights on this show. What else, Tony? Oh, Tony likes to write parody songs, so it's possible that we'll have parody songs, although you don't necessarily perform them live. Or
I could on this show.
Could.
I could right here, right now.
You could right now, this second.
Yeah.
Could you prepare a parody song right now? Do you have like the backing track and everything? Or you can do it a cappella, or
that's what I got you for. You're my beatbox.
I'm not. I don't look.
I didn't say it would be good.
What kind of parody could you do?
I don't know.
We'll save that one. We'll save that. Parody songs, I think, will be a good reference. It will be a good reference. I don't know what the hell. What did I mean by that? We're also going to try to make the show a little more wholesome and a little more family friendly, unlike our previous endeavors. So
Yeah.
no bad language.
Yeah,
we're going to avoid that. So if you were avoiding showing our shows to your children because, I think those guys are funny, but I can't watch it around the dinner table on my iPad.
If you're watching us at your dinner table, either you're single or need a television. I don't.
Right. I watch YouTube videos at the dinner table. What? I do. I just do.
Owner of a lonely heart.
Is that what I am? Is that what you are when you watch YouTube videos at the dinner table? We're also looking for format suggestions about the show. Things you might want us to do like on a regular basis. Also, I was thinking about just flat out. What is the one thing I had? Oh, I was just going to steal this idea directly from another YouTube show called Good Mythical Morning.
Check it out. I'll put a link.
You'll put a link to Good Mythical Morning. That's by Rhett and Link. These guys are great. They literally do a show every single day. And they're just very fun and nice guys. They're also singer-songwriters and stuff. And they've got a lot of great YouTube stuff. So, they've kind of inspired us to do stuff at times. So I would highly recommend them. But one of the things that they do, and I like that idea, is they get their viewers to submit little videos to play at the beginning of their show saying like, hi, my name is so-and-so from so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. And they say the show's name. And theirs is like, hi, this is Sean Miller from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Or Sean, I think they go with first names only. Hi, this is Sean from Allentown. And it's a good mythical morning. I think that's what they do. So when we have our show name, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea because
that's cool.
That's a way of bringing you in as participants. So obviously, if you were watching a live show back in the olden days, we had that chat room. You could type and you could comment, and we'd see those chats and go back. So this time, obviously, with YouTube, we're going with the comment section. Just put your comments down in the comment section. Give us thumbs up if you like the show. Give us thumbs down if you don't like it. YouTube is filled with very, very, I would say, mean people. But I'm not necessarily against mean comments. I'm curious to see what people think of the show, honestly. And, I'm waiting for the one. I think it's the inevitable YouTube comment. I will never get that time back. That's a good one. That's always a good one. I wasted 10 minutes of my life watching this video, and they feel the need to express that opinion. If you feel that need, go right ahead. I'd love to hear your opinions about Tony specifically. It's possible you could make me cry if you're nasty to me, but
you won't get me.
I won't do it on the air because it's not live, so it won't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is there anything else? I think we can wrap this one up.
I have a very large frown.
Oh, let's see Tony's really large frown. He's good at frowning big. He's got a good stage frown. If he was doing that frown on Broadway, people in the back row could see that frown. And that's a true testimony to Tony's stage abilities. I think you were born for the stage. You used to perform on stage, didn't you not? Mm-hmm. Sing, frown.
Sing and frown.
So you would often sing laments, I guess.
No, it's sing songs as Droopy Dog. That's what it is. No.
Tony's he's great at doing impressions, or at least I think so. I don't know. You comment down below what you think. Do an impression. Now.
Going downstairs.
That's good. That was good. That was all right.
Droopy Dog.
How do they sound to you? When I do impressions, they sound perfect to me. And then I hear the recording of me doing an impression. I'm like, wow, that just sounds like me.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes, they get pretty close.
Right. That was probably from Family Guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Gets close.
They get close. When I guess when you have, like when we would do the JBF and stuff like that, if you did a voice, obviously, I think it sells a little better when you don't see the person doing it. When you have like a animatronic animation. a handimation going on, it works a lot better. But so I guess the only other thing we could talk about, what were we doing? What have we done between the last show and now? A lot of stuff. We saw some movies. I saw The Hobbit. I didn't see it in 48 frames, though. I know we talked about that on the last episode of GOVtown Live. Was it the last episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I did not end up seeing it in 48 frames. So, although I did hear that from one of our student camera operators that it was very good in 48 frames a second. But I saw it in 3D, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I also saw Les Mis, or Les Miserables. Les Miserables. Which I'm a huge fan of the stage play, and now a huge fan of the movie. So I was a little concerned about it, being such a big fan, and after seeing it, it is a tremendous film. Mm-hmm. Everybody in it was great.
Now, we could go off on that topic because I did see that, and honestly, in the movie theater while watching it, and this is a really bad habit of mine, I tend to pick things apart.
Okay.
In the technical sense or in the trying to figure out how they did something sense.
Right. Break the veil.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. The man behind the curtain kind of deal. And the thing that I loved most about that movie is all the long takes that were in it.
Right. There's a lot of long takes.
There's a lot, even at the expense of focus or getting too close to the camera or that sort of thing.
You're right.
Like, there's a lot of that in that movie of just long takes on a single shot, even especially for some of these musical numbers.
Right.
And you can tell which people have had a singing background because they're the ones that got those long take numbers where they could do it all in one take.
Right.
Whereas Russell Crowe,
right,
his numbers are kind of broken up a little bit.
Well, the interesting thing about the way that they did the singing in that was that they did live audio. Mm-hmm. They did live recording, whereas in a normal movie production, or I would call it, maybe it's not normal anymore, but I guess traditionally in movie production, they did what was known as ADR, which is automated dialogue replacement, which essentially you go and you record sound on set. And most of the time, they can never really get that sound absolutely perfect. They try, and if they can get it, they get it. But a lot of times, they have to throw away that sound and do automated dialogue replacement, or automatic, depends on...
Is it automated?
Automated or automatic, depends on...
I always said active, but I could be wrong.
I'm sure you can find a Google answer that gives you all those... what that is. But what they do is they then go back into a looping session and they play this every scene for the actor and then they re-record them. The other thing that's been traditionally done in film is with musical movies, they've recorded all the singing and all that stuff in advance in a studio. Mm-hmm. So the person performing on camera is often just lip syncing, maybe singing out loud, but more pantomiming to an already recorded audio track. And in Les Miserables, they did not do that.
You can tell. They
sang those songs on set and recorded them right then and there. And I'm not sure, I didn't look into a great deal of how they achieved good quality sound recording, but I do know that that's what they did. And I thought it sounded really good. And I heard not Russell Crowe, but Hugh Jackman saying that it was phenomenal. It was great because rather than them sort of like having to recreate the experience of them singing in the studio and their acting and their facial expressions sort of matching what they did in the studio, they were literally able to, for every single shot, bring something different and more deep to the role in their performances and stuff. And I really saw that come through. And I think, although it was probably a difficult task to do, it was well worth it. So I highly recommend it when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever you watch it, or on iTunes, wherever you like to do. Get it, or I think it's actually still in theaters right now, so you can go check it out. But Les Miserables, I think it's phenomenal. So they picked really good people.
Yes.
So anyway, I guess that's our movie bit. We should probably wrap things up.
Yeah.
I think we've gone over.
Yeah. Well, it's the first episode.
It's our first episode.
We're introducing.
So
it will be shorter than this in the future.
Right. So we'll try to go a little bit shorter. And the other thing that somebody suggested to me was making a version that's a podcast. Or at least
I thought of that.
Because then a friend of mine said, I listen to a friend's podcast, in the car when I'm going into work. I've got a long drive. So that's a problem with the video. So there will be some segments that you'd miss out on the podcast. But I think we'll also we'll strip the audio and create a podcast for you to download. So I think that'd be kind of cool for those people who'd like to hear from us and just hear our voices just yapping away while they're doing their morning commute.
Yeah, because our voices...
I highly recommend you do not watch a YouTube video during your morning commute.
No, don't do that.
Do not do that.
Yeah, bad
idea.
But us, I mean, we can get that. You're listening to the smooth sounds of jazz. Good morning. Have a nice day. So
right.
I could just keep doing that voice. So
right.
If you are listening to this as a podcast, hello. God, no.
If you're ladies out there listening to this voice.
Hello, ladies.
So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week, Wednesday. Bye.
Oh, headache.
That was not smart. You got scratches on your neck.
I know. The cat mauled me.
Right. Yeah, right.
We'll cut this
High
out.
five.
No.
High five.
No.
High five.
No, it's not.
You can do this during the credits sequence. We need to go a little longer at the end anyway.
Why?
So that we can have some other links during the credits, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so this is a good, and I can be talking about
Well, I
the fact that we're extending it at the very end.
No, it's...
So just make it go a little bit longer, and we won't cut it till, I don't know, right about now.